So, greetings and welcome, everyone. Um, I'm popping on every day for the next couple of weeks to talk to you guys about the Awakening Your Lightbody course that is starting in September of this year. And encouraging everyone who feels ready to take this sort of next step in their spiritual evolution to embark on this amazing journey. And today, specifically, we're going to talk about the higher mind and the connection to the higher mind, your higher mind, um, through the Awakening Your Light Body centers and through the intentional opening of the light body and building your bridge upward to access your higher mind and ultimately your divine presence and your spirit and soul, and inviting more of your spiritual soul, divine presence, into your physical embodiment here on earth and into your consciousness. So, talking about the higher mind today. Earlier this week, we shared about the lower energy body centers. The first set of energy body centers. The first three are about bringing physical ease into the physical body, primarily. The second month of this course is all about creating emotional stability in your emotional body. And then the third month is about creating clarity, harmony, clearer thoughts, and more stability in the mental body. And some of the things that we do in that third month are unwinding the knots in the mental body around problems, situations, issues that we have in our life. We actually go into the mental body and find the spots that are less harmonious, or they look gnarly. And with our intention, with our mind, with our light, we start to unwind them and clear them out. And what happens miraculously is, as we do this energy work in meditation and clear out the knots of the mental body, is essentially we begin to receive higher guidance. We begin to receive the solutions to the problems or the issues or the things that we're wanting to create in our life. One of my absolute favorite teachers, who I love so much, is Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. And I had the privilege and honor of sitting with him in his sermons at the Agape International Spiritual Center out in Culver City, California. If you ever get to go out that way, Culver City, California, Los Angeles, you should definitely check out Agape International Spiritual Center. They hold services on Sunday, I think twice, possibly more, and also on Wednesday evenings. So if you're out that way, you can go in and have the experience of an Agape service, and it's truly amazing. The first time, I'm going off on a tangent, the first time that I visited this spiritual center was like coming home for me. It was suddenly, they teach what's known as New Thought, Ancient Wisdom, based upon Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, and the Science of Mind theory, which is that we all exist within the mind of God and of the mind of God. And through Science of Mind practices and through the work of the mind and changing your thoughts, changing your perceptions, and changing the words that come out of your mouth, you will change your reality, right? And so moving from negative thoughts to positive thoughts, speaking the words of positive affirmations around what you're wanting to create for your life versus speaking the words of limitation, right? And so one of the prayers that they do, it ends with sort of, and so I give thanks for this already made manifest. As I speak these words from the mind of God into the mind of God, I give thanks for it being already made manifest. And it's so beautiful. The sermon experience, the church experience is just When I went for the first time, I literally cried in this place. And I was just like, oh my God, internally, just, oh my God, this is what I always wanted church to be like. This is what I wanted the experience of church to be like. Which is, for me, it was all about the empowerment, the spiritual empowerment of the people, knowing your own divinity, knowing that you have unlimited potential, how to tap into that unlimited potential and live the life of your dreams, live the life of a frequency of love, and no mentions of guilt and sin and hell and damnation and divisiveness. Yeah, no us versus them. It's an all inclusive environment, and it's very, very beautiful. You can see his a lot of his talks, Michael Bernard Beckwith. You can see a lot of his talks on YouTube. I believe his sermons are still live streamed. And you might also be able to go onto their website and listen to some of the archive recordings if this is interesting to you at all. So Agape Spiritual Center, Culver City, California, and Michael Bernard Beckwith. One of my favorite teachers. I also had a beautiful honor of sharing space with him at the Omega Institute, where I went to one of his amazing workshops, which I can't remember because it was a long time ago, at least 10 years ago. But that was really fun. Had lunch with him and his wife at the time, Ricky Byers Beckwith, who you can also find on YouTube if you feel like jamming out in your PJs on a Sunday morning to some really uplifting, inspirational gospel music that she wrote herself. Also in the lineage of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom. So, a little spiel. I'm really off on a tangent. I almost started talking about galactic librarians for a second. I'm just going to stop that before it begins. So we were talking about the higher mind, and we're talking about Michael Beckwith, and we're talking about one of the sermons that he gave. One of the quotes that really rang true for me and hit home for me was that you cannot find the solution to your problem when your mind is focused on the problem. You cannot find the solution to your problem when your mind is focused on the problem. And that is because the solution to the problem is a different vibratory frequency than the problem itself. So when we have a problem or issue in our life and we're focused on it, which is what we do as human beings oftentimes, focus on the problem and how am I going to fix this problem and how am I going to fix this problem and how am I going to fix this problem? Your mind is closed to the solution. Your mind is focused on the problem. And so in order to open to receive the solution, you have to take your mind off of the problem and onto your higher self, or onto the open the mind so that the solution can drop in from your divine presence or drop in from your higher self so that you can get the guidance. But as long as you're focused on the problem and you're vibrating at the level of the problem, the solution cannot reach you. Yeah. So I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that was his quote at the beginning. You can't find the solution when your mind is focused on the problem. And that is the reason why. So back to Awakening Your Lightbody. In the third volume, which is about 3 months into the program, you will have built a solid vibratory base through the centers that are below that. Yeah. So you're building this energy to come up. And then the third volume, the third month, is working with the higher energy body centers, which are most closely related to the mental body. Yeah. So when you go into this third volume of work, you're going to begin to unwind and unbind the mental thought programs, or mental belief systems that have been created or given or inherited to you through life so far, right? So through your parents and through your family and through your church and through your schooling and through your past experiences. We have all of this inherited data from past experiences. And that inherited data has, if some of it is wisdom, yeah, but some of it is belief systems that were created that aren't relevant anymore to the person that you are now and to how you cope with life now, but they're still running in the background. They're running in the unconscious. Yeah. So, when we talk about bringing light or bringing illumination, as we awaken our light bodies and as we become multisensory humans, we bring light into our consciousness. Light is information, and light illuminates that which is in the dark or in the subconscious behind us, the things we don't know, that we're not conscious of. But the light brings it into consciousness. So now we know, here it is. Here is the false program that has been working in my subconscious all of these years. And let me ask, is this belief system that I'm carrying actually a truth? Is this actually a truth, or is it just something that happened to me? Or is it just something that I created to be true within myself? Yeah. And so then you start to unpack it, you start to unwind it, and as you release it, as you liberate it from your mental body, as you liberate the energy of that thought pattern from your mental body, it's no longer there. And there's an empty space there. There's an empty space in the mental body. And that empty space can be filled with new thoughts, or you can, as a being of light, keep that empty space in the mental body as just beautiful, blessed, serene peace, quiet, peace and quiet in the mental body, peace and quiet in the brain, stillness. And when you have stillness, and when you focus on the stillness and you focus on the peace and you focus on the quiet, you become receptive. You move from a thinking, doing person to a quiet, still being. And from that space of beingness and quietness, the solutions to all of the things that you are needing to shift in your life drop into your mind, drop into your quiet mind, so that you can hear them, and then you can act on them. And then you have another beautiful shift in up-leveling your life. So that is volume 3. Part of volume 3, I'm giving you guys like the tiniest little snippets. This course has so much to offer on so many different levels of your being, and for so much positive shifting in your life. We are going to begin the series of free Awakening Your Lightbody intro series. It's going to be a series of Awakening Your Lightbody evenings, where we will be sharing some of these techniques. We will be sharing some of this information. You'll have opportunity for questions and answers. And so we want to invite you guys to the free intro series so you can see if this is something that it is really for you at this time. If your heart pulses you to explore this, I welcome you, I invite you, I encourage you, and I look forward to sharing with you. So thanks so much for listening. You can sign up for the free intro series through the link in the descriptions, and we look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye.